Well, with the Juan Soto domino falling, you knew things would start to heat up, right? Well, the Jays go out there and they sign Jimmy Garcia. They bring him back. Everyone's happy. And then all of a sudden, not long after that, the Blue Jays get in contact with their old friends of the Cleveland Guardians, and they make a substantial move. As they bring in, now I know everyone's going to feel frisky saying this, a 3-time Gold Glover at second base and a Platinum Gold Glover in 2023. In fact, he's actually won 3 straight Gold Gloves, including this past season at second base. But yeah, anyways. ANDRES Gimenez from the Cleveland Guardians, also right-handed pitcher reliever Nick Sandlin for the Cleveland Guardians, in exchange for Spencer Horwitz and a minor leaguer Nick Mitchell. Now, let me just preface this, okay? I have seen all over social media 2 different sides, and I don't see anybody in the middle. It's either you love the trade because you actually know what you're freaking talking about, or you don't like the trade for 2 reasons. 1, you just hate Mark and Ross, and you're just going to hate every move they make, regardless of if it's good or not. And number 2, you just like Spencer Horwitz. And hey, I can respect that last one. I like Spence too, but there's a reason that he is 27, 28 years old, and was a freaking rookie last year. Right? He's 27. He actually just turned 27 years old. Now, I am on the side of I actually really like this trade for the Toronto Blue Jays. Now, people are saying, well, we need offense, right? We need offense. We don't need more defense. Well, first off, that means we're going to win a 3-peat of the Team Gold Glove, baby. Oh, yeah. No, that's a joke. I hate it, but they might actually win it again. But regardless of that, ANDRES Gimenez ain't some schmuck, guys. He really isn't. Not only is he a 3-time Gold Glove Award winner and a 1-time Platinum Glove winner, he was an all-star back in 2022 where he had an OPS of 837, hit 297 to 371 on base, had 20 stolen bases, 17 homers, 26 doubles. In fact, the last 2 seasons in 2023 and 2024, he had 30 steals each. He had 27 doubles in 2023 and 22 doubles last year. Definitely a down year for him last season, as he only hit 252 with a 298 OBP and a 638 OPS, but still won a Gold Glove at 2-bag. And I gotta ask you this, Jays fans. When did second base become a position of, you need to have a guy who rakes there? When did that become a thing? Like, hey, we watched Marcus Semien do it once, and we're like, all right, it's a guy. How often does second baseman absolutely rake? Quite rare, actually. And I'm going to go back to an example. Now, I'm not going to compare the 2 guys, but Ryan freaking Goins, Jays fans, okay? Did we love Go-Go? You're damn right. I loved him. You guys loved him. Why? Because they won with him. And his just flashy, beautiful defensive plays. Let me also tell you this. Ryan Goins has a career WAR of 3.8. Okay? A career WAR of 3.8. ANDRES Gimenez has had above a 3.8 WAR 3 different seasons. In fact, he has had a 7.4 WAR season. That was in 2022. A 5.3, my phone just died. A 5.3 WAR in 2023. He dominated. Bo Bichette's career high WAR, 5.8. Do I need to say more? The defense is elite. I understand. And there's an offensive upside, Jays fans. Because what have we yelled and screamed about this team doing? Spending money, right? Everyone's like, oh, Rodgers is so cheap, right? Everyone loves to say that. Well, let me ask you this. The Blue Jays acquired a big contract back. It has 5 more years on it, and it's getting incrementally more for ANDRES Gimenez. He's not a free agent until 2030. So they acquire an asset from the Guardians because they don't want to pay the guy because the numbers have kind of dipped off a bit. So they don't want to pay the guy whatever it end up being. So the Blue Jays are like, well, hey, we'll take on that, but we'll take on the whole contract, but we can't send you as much. How was that not a win? You got right-handed pitcher Nick Sandlin, and I had his stats up before my freaking phone died, but he wasn't great last year whatsoever, but in previous years, he was fine. He was an above-average ERA plus, I think, every season in his career. For some weird season, he was a negative WAR last year, but he had an 8-0 record. It's a very weird one for Nick Sandlin. But he's a guy that'll be in your 5th, 6th inning role, right? Pitch count gets high in the guy, but the game's tight, you build him there. Or whatever, 6th inning guy with Eric Swanson. It's kind of like that. So I'm okay with that. He's only 27 years old. He's got 3 years of team control as well. And he's a big league arm, guys. He's not this guy, he's been a good pitcher in AAA, but he hasn't done squat at the big league level. Let's see if it sticks. Like a Tommy Nance or Ryan Burr. No, regardless of what his numbers say last season, he pitched like 60-odd innings for them. The last 2 years, I think it was 61 2 years ago and like 68 last year for the Guardians. He was used. So he's going to be used here. You got a Gold Glove second baseman with some offensive upside. I'm not really sure how much is there. And let me talk about who we gave up. Because I love Spencer. We all did, right? Great kid. I loved him because I got to see his first big league home run at Coors Field in Colorado back in 2023. Just seemed like a great guy. Just really, really did. Went out there, did his job, always had a good at bat, that kind of thing. But there's a reason he's 27 years old and had never made the big leagues. And sure, he was good last year for the Toronto Blue Jays. But he was also a rookie. Now, hey, if he goes out there and he continues to perform, great. You're good for him. Where also is he going to play with this team? We know Vladdy's playing first. And clearly, with a move like this, they want to keep that DH spot open. So we'll see what happens moving forward. And also, he played a little bit of second base last year, but did you not notice that they kind of went away from that at the end of the year? Why? Because he was no good there. And it was pretty pathetic to watch. He was a first baseman, and he was a fine first baseman. He had a pretty good bat. Good bat-to-ball skills. Not sure how much power, like over the longevity of his career, what's going to be there. And then Nick Mitchell, guy's just a throw-in dude. So, I don't see where the Jays lost here. Do they need offense? Yes. I'm not saying that this is the only... Look, this is the only move they make. It's a damn failure. Regardless of how I feel about this specific trade, it's a failure if this is the last move. You go out there and you give me like a Teoscar Hernandez and an Anthony Santander, I'm sitting here like, okay, that's a little interesting. There's someone like that, right? And then you go out there and say, screw it, and get after like a Ryan Helsley, like I said in the Jimmy Garcia video. You give me like a Ryan Helsley coming out of the bullpen, you add a couple mashers to this bullpen, or to this lineup, things change a little bit. You have Gold Glover in center field. You have a Gold Glover at second base. You have 2 Gold Gloves up the middle of the field. It's important stuff. So I like the trade. I think the Jays got significantly better today. Does that mean they're all of a sudden a good team? No. They got a long way to go. They need to continue to freaking make this bullpen. They did an all right job starting it. They had a long way to go. And let's be honest. The most important thing they need to work on is getting somebody who can hit freaking bombs. Because we had nothing right now. Other than Vladdy and maybe a healthy Bo Bichette. You don't have anything. So, we'll see what happens in the free agent market, the trade market. They still have guys. As I mentioned earlier, they still have Jonathan Clase. They still have Will Wagner. They still have all these guys in the minor leagues that are, good and on the cusp of playing. Enjoy Loperfido if you want to throw him in there as well. They have guys there. So those are movable. Like, at this point, acquiring Andres Gimenez, where does Will Wagner play now? And if people say third base, you've clearly not watched this team. Because have you seen that guy throw? It ain't great. So watching him, and that's at second base. So watching him try to throw from third? Yeah, no, I'm good, thanks. So if that's the case, where does Will Wagner go? There are options now for the Toronto Blue Jays, but we'll see what happens. There's a lot of work still to be done if this team even wants to sniff contention next year. But we'll see. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and are excited about the trade, but you're sad Spencer Horwitz is losing, because that's kind of where I'm at, right? I love the trade, but I'm going to miss Spencer. Let me know your thoughts down below. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok. All that stuff is down below, so follow there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Raptors edition, Thursday on my birthday. Raptors Heat 7:30 tip-off in Miami. Leafs edition. I'll talk to you at 7 p.m. on Thursday as well on my birthday. Leafs, Ducks at Scotiabank Arena. And as for the Toronto Blue Jays, I'll be here throughout the offseason talking to you guys as we look to hopefully make this team more fun to watch, because for the love of God, last year was painful. All right? Thank you so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And again, like the trade, but are going to miss Spencer. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll talk to you guys then.